in 2, in 1. Holla ballers and a bro fist to you all for it's Friday. It's the day before Valentine's Day. On a weekend, which means you're obligated, man. You're obligated as fuck to do something, except the weekend. There's no excuses. There's none of that. Falls on a Saturday. And guys, we like our Saturdays, don't we? For the guys in the position where they're not hunting prey, a female prey, hunting them down, you know what I mean? Hunting the female prey. I like my Saturdays. Saturdays are for web shows and not wearing pants. It's not for Valentine's. It's not for Valentine's at all. We can leave that shit for a Monday or a Tuesday or something like that. But, well, it falls on a Saturday. Reminder time. Reminder time. I am away on... I fly out at like 5 a.m. on Thursday. Yeah? 5 a.m. Thursday. Some fucking ridiculous flight. So I'll be away for about 6 days. Got some places to visit, people to meet, all that kind of work-related stuff. And then I should be back for next Friday, which means drama time next week, if you're one of the live audience, will be on Tuesday evening. Why? Good question. Why not Wednesday if you fly out Thursday? I'm having root canal done on Wednesday morning. And then I'm flying out on Thursday. That's the situation. That's the situation. I have to have a root canal done, which sucks. I can't wait. That's going to be joyous. I'm going away to do stuff and meet people. I'll be that guy. But that's not why you're here right now. It's not why you're here right now. It's Friday. What are we going to do for Valentine's Day? Last year, we did like love stories and stuff. And I think it made some people depressed. I think some people got depressed. So we're going to do a ghost-themed Drama Friday. Yeah, we're going down that road. We're going down the ghost road. So, things you're going to hear, you know, the things that happened in WoW, which were kind of shitty, I suppose, kind of shitty. And, as you know, it's more of a character than anything, but people call it the ghost syndrome. So, we're going to do some of that. We're going to do some of that. I did have some roleplay, actually. I did have some roleplay stories, but they were kind of confuzzled. I can read most broken English, but sometimes even I can't internet. I can't do it. I don't know how to. I can't. It just can't be done. It's one of those things. Can't do it. Can't do it. Not going to do it. I can not stand in bombs and stuff on Blackhand, but I can't internet sometimes, and therefore... we're fucked when it comes to that. So, the first one's called The Ghosting Crusade. We're going on a crusade of ghosting. Yeah? We're going on a crusade. So, why not? Let's go on a crusade. Let's go on a crusade. The Ghosting Crusade, the tale of the dastardly hunter. It's not a rogue. Surprised? I was. It's not a hunter. It's not a rogue. It's a hunter. The story begins with a young lad in the 5th grade... who was a horrible bastard who should die in a fiery hole for a millennium. Apparently a Norman would ask, what did you do that would cause you to be seen with such malice? But someone like you knows the answer right away. I was a dick on the internet. I was a dick on the internet. And I look back at these moments as a dick on the internet. And I think, shit. I was one of those people who I now look at when I enter Twitch and I go and watch a live stream and I see the chat and think, who are those people? It used to be you. It did. Even if you're older like me now, it used to be you. If I was like 14 now or 15, I would be a part of that chat. I would. I know I would. Of course I would. I got to grow up and say whatever the hell I want on the internet to people and see them get all angry. That would be me. I would be that guy. Alright then. Thus begins the story of the dastardly hunter. Now there are names in this, but they'll appear as we go along, so I'll just pick people. Not to stop everybody spamming me now, which won't get read, so enjoy. My story with WoW began nearly a decade ago, while I was a young 5th grader with a history of gaming with my 4 siblings, 3 brothers, 1 sister. Twist! Sister was the best gamer. I happened to be the only one to have actually been birthed from my mother and father. Ooh. Non-related siblings. That's okay. My brother and sister, also not from the same mother. My mother married an alcoholic. Oh, God. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Who gave her 2 boys before she left him, and my father married a woman who gave him a boy and girl before they separated. All of them were at least 8 years older than me. Alright, are we clear? We've got alcoholics, 2 separations, thrice the kids. Now we're on number 4. We're still together. Good team. There was not, however, much sibling rivalry. Synergy. Yeah, nice family. We were a happy family living in Team Germany until I was 7, before moving back to the United States of America, where I was born. Born in the old US of A. It was during this time that I saw one of my brothers playing WoW. I asked him some questions about the game. Later, and he answered them, much to his annoyance. It's like his brother was trying to hide it. Don't nobody see me. Oh, God, it's the youngest one. What's that game you're playing? What's that? I've never been there. I was the youngest. I was the one asking the questions. But I can imagine the older brother being asked those questions. It's just the most tedious thing in the world. What's that dog? Why are you riding on that cat? That's really cool. Where did you get it? How much did it cost? Fuck my life. I'm not playing anything. It's a video. That's what I would say. I found out quickly that I couldn't play the game on my own. Yet. As I required both a computer and a subscription. But I did get to play for about a minute and a half riding around on his mounts once. But it was a good time. You remembered that minute and a half. That minute and a half was like the best minute and a half. Before you're like 16-ish, 17, whatever the legal age is in your country. It was a good minute and a half, right? It was a solid minute and a half. I was 5th grade when I finally obtained my computer at Christmas. Can I be honest? I would never give a PC to someone at Christmas, because that's your whole day taken up sorting the fucking thing out for somebody. I was able to play games decently, but couldn't handle any graphically intensive ones. And it was around the time that I entered 6th grade when I finally had the cash swag money to be able to play World of Warcraft. I purchased a disc at a general store where I lived and booted the game up. So old school. I purchased a disc at a general store and booted the game up. Eagerly waiting for the patches to finish before I could finally enter the character creation screen. I honestly had no idea what to do here. Not that I didn't know how it worked, but I had no idea what I was going to choose. After an hour of long contemplation, what did he pick? You guys love this shit. What did he pick? What did he pick? What the fuck did he pick? Yeah. An hour went into this decision. An hour of a young boy's life went into this decision. After about an hour of long contemplation, I decided to be a night elf hunter. And he did enclose... I want to give credit where credit is due. He did enclose this picture. Yeah, he did enclose this picture. At least he knew. He knew then. He includes the picture. Yeah, everybody guessed it, right? You knew. The sad thing is, you knew you were going to be a night elf hunter like 10 seconds into seeing the screen. You knew. But you thought it's cliche. Everybody would be a night elf hunter, so I'm going to pick something else. And you just glossed over everything else. You know it. The breath was taken out of me when I saw the beauty of Shadow Glen. I remember vividly going through the quests before I got bored and started killing everything in sight until the late hours. Questing, more boring than farming mobs. Nope. That day will be kept in my heart until I die. When I realised that I had numerous levels to go before I got to do real content, described by my brother. The next day I hastily began to grind the quests and mobs until I reached level 30 after about 2 months. I was exhausted in WoW! Woo! Level 30, it's a lot of bores. So I took a break. Pop the brakes at level 30, need a break, before starting again after a week-long break. After leveling to 30 and resuming the climb to 60. I was nearly finished with the 7th grade when I got to 60 after months of grinding level 60 with no quests. My fucking Christ. Why? There isn't even enough quests in vanilla to do it. You skipped them. And you skipped them. Good Lord. Burning Crusade was available. So I considered that I had completed my rite of passage to obtain the expansion. That cap. I hit level 60. I'm ready for the next thing. Raiding. I remember quite vividly my first reactions after going through the dark portal. The battle raging at the stairs honestly provoked a little bit of fear in me, so I quickly escaped to Honor. I completed most of the quest, killed the mobs in Outland until level 70. I was exhausted yet again. However, I was not going to take another break this time. No, sir! It's going to push on! It's going to push through the grey barrier. It's all going dark, but I'm pushing through. I had no idea what I was doing at max level, so I ran around the Grand and Shadow Moon doing jack shit until I decided to Google foo. I'm now exhausted, but I will push on and run around the Grand and Shadow Moon aimlessly doing nothing. That's my plan. Learning about the basics of raiding and guilds, I went to Shatrath and joined a new guild through Cherry Chat. This will be my journey. This is the path I have been chosen to do. They were just beginning to raid Karazhan and didn't ask much in my application. They told me to download Ventrilo and we began to raid after many tiring days completing the Karazhan key. Thankfully, my voice was deep enough so that there was no discussion as to how young I sounded. Our guild had an experienced dwarf warrior as a tank and raid leader, who we will name Pandave. Right, Pandave? You're the dwarf warrior tank. You're in charge. You're the leader. You're the man for Karazhan. Pandave, the carry. Yeah? We've got our keys. We're going in. Oh, yeah. Other guildies are irrelevant, as I never paid attention to anything on Vent or chat unless they were commands for the actual raid itself. Do you raid with me? Do you raid with me? Pandave was somewhat arrogant, but patient. Smug, but, you know, he's got some stay in him. We made sure everyone was ready before we pulled. Patient guy, right? Ready checks. Yeah? I like this guy. He doesn't just pull. Ready checks. Patient guy. I like him. And briefed us on the fights during our first and second attempts at the boss. First and second only. After that, you're on your own, motherfuckers. I was able to grasp what I could. But I crumbled under the pressure of Karazhan. Only, what's he called? The dude with the 3 things. The dragon. He's so cool as well. That, maybe. But everything else, come on. Come on. Pandave began to understand that, and thus put less responsibility on me unless I was absolutely the only one to do something during a fight. You will do nothing. Understood. Okay, good, we're clear. The guild crumbled. Didn't make it through Karazhan. Netherspite, yeah, well said. Didn't make it. Karazhan was just too much. The pressure of Karazhan was just too much. It's too far. I can't handle it. Guild crumbled because of some drama that I didn't take part in after we had cleared Karazhan a few times. Oh, they made it. But I found out that Pandave had joined a new guild that was beginning to raid Black Temple. So I applied for the same guild and just barely got into Team 2. We're going from Karazhan to Team 2 Black Temple. Oh, which was just getting out of Tier 4. Good times. The leader of our raid was a human holy pally called Muffin. Yeah? Muffin. You're the leader of Team 2, Muffin. You're going in. Muffin. The logic they put behind choosing Muffin was that they thought since Holy Paladins had to buff every player in the raid, that he would be able to see what everyone was doing at regular intervals. Now, if that's not Team 2 logic, I don't know what is. Surely you have huge environmental awareness, because before we start the fight, you cast Kings. You press the Kings button. This guy knows what's going on everywhere, right? Duh! Who are we going to pick to control this raid? Somebody who buffs, at least. At least somebody who buffs. At least somebody who can cast some buffs, right? Because then he's watching everything that's going on. He sees everything. He is the man. He is the overseer. He is God in this road. However, while Muffins was competent and did buff, so they didn't pick an idiot. That would be stupid to pick somebody who didn't even buff. That would be crazy. He was an asshole. Leader of Team 2's an asshole, people. Get ready. He was a good healer and leader, but you would have to break me to give me even the thought of hailing him as a good person. If someone failed to do something, even if it had little to no consequence, he would berate them for nearly the entire raid on their single mistake. Sometimes this resulted in people breaking down and moaning or crying on Ventrilo, and once caused one of our rogues to leave the guild, while we quickly replaced him. The rogue was a good person that did not deserve it. Do not wipe under the control of the muffins. Okay, Team 2? This is no joke. An example would be the time when I accidentally pulled aggro off the green elementals that spawned out of the Warglaives and Illidan. Bad tanks. And caused them to enrage. Well, I understood. Oh, you're a hunter as well. Dude, bro. Dude, bro. What? Whoa, dude, bro. You pulled aggro on a hunter? Son, bro. Dude, bro. No. No, brah. Don't do that. While I understood his anger at the time, I did not find it acceptable to be called a miserable pile of dog shit eating fast food for over a week. A week! A week! You miserable pile of dog shit eating fast food for a week. You will suffer for your crime. After clearing raids like Gruul's Lair, SSC and the Eye after intense difficulty, we came into the Black Temple. Nothing exciting happened here, so I won't bother you with details. When our raid had accumulated enough gear, it was Sunwell time. We're going in. Oh, how I hated that raid and loved it at the same time. It took our group nearly 2 months before we saw Kill Jaden defeated. We managed to complete the raid again soon after, and I had the most fool's luck I could ever ask for. When the exquisite orange text appeared in the loot table, I was overjoyed. It was Thoradal, the Star's Fury. Brackets, the most useless fucking legendary ever to exist. I don't know how many times I furiously and repeatedly clicked on that need button before it disappeared and found that I had won against the other 2 hunters in our raid group by 4 above the highest competitor. Saying that I was ecstatic and overjoyed would be an understatement. I'm sure the amount of dopamine that my brain released at that instant was enormous. And it just made the experience so much better. Like that. That was until Muffins decided to intervene. He lost his fucking mind. He argued on and on that I should not win the bow, that it should not go to one of the hunters, as they say, who would make the least quality contribution to the raid. He was furious at things like that, what had happened in the Black Temple, as it had not made many mistakes that others hadn't in the Sunwell, as it was a difficult instance. He sounded like a screaming donkey on vent as he stated that if I ever did anything like this again, that I would be kicked out of the raided guild. How dare you roll on it? How dare. However, knowing that he would find another bullshit excuse to get rid of me anyway, I formulated a plan. One that I now name the Ghosting Crusade. You went too far, Muffins. You created the monster. That's what you did, Muffins. You pushed it too far, Muffins. Muffins had created an Alt Fury Tauren warrior and had gotten the tune to max level. When he revealed that he asked to raid in the Black Temple... Hey guys, I got this Fury Warrior and I want to bring it to the Black Temple. His reasoning behind this, just for fun. Just for fun. Yeah, no other reason. No, I didn't. No. It just so happens I was leveling a Fury Warrior while we had Black Temple on farm. And I want to come to the Black Temple raid. For fun. No other reason. Alright? Let me in. Let me in. We all knew exactly what he wanted. I saved my DKP once again for the following weeks and saw that orange text. Muffins, of course, was overjoyed and rolled need on it, claiming it for his own. But I rolled need again and won the roll. So his excited yell changed to low whimpering as I yelled, "My loot, bitch!" was one of the most satisfying moments in my entire life. Sorry, Jesse. You got it there. But soon the beast awakened like the cry of Fenrir at Ragnarok. He screamed at the top of his lungs at me. So much that during this time I even heard someone from the side of his mic tell him to shut the fuck up. It was hard to tell what he was saying as it almost sounded like a turkey gobbling in a ferocious manner. After a long while he stopped and kicked me from the raid. I heard someone give applause to me. Oh, like those slow moments in the movies. I heard someone give applause to me as I was kicked out of the vent group as well. I wasn't going to wait for me kick from the guild, so I raided our bank and left myself. To humorously complete my set of glaives, I joined another guild that needed someone to help their raid group in Black Temple as they were struggling to move along. So I applied for their guild and quickly earned a raid spot, mainly due to having Thoradal. He must be good. He has a legendary and has no guild. Invite that man immediately. So, you have a legendary and have no guild? Well, you seem like a decent chap to me. Come on board. Come on. Nope. 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 A few weeks before Wrath's release, we downed Illidan. And there it was. Needless to say, I pounced on the opportunity, rolled need on the main hand, and to my surprise, won the roll once again. I suppose I got the luck from my Irish side. On vent, the raid began to holler at me, but I just shrugged and left the guild and the game for a while, to be honest. As I look at this part of my crusade, I do feel like a bit of a dick. As you should. As you should. You should. After Wrath released, I logged in and found that I found about a dozen unchecked letters. They were from multiple people. Muffins had sent the majority. I don't mind, as I never really used the mailbox often, but I saw in trade chat that Muffins was active. Oh, he's a trade chat lurker. Excellent. Making sure everyone knew who I was to make it so I did not get a single chance to raid even once during the beginning of Wrath of the Lich King. He waited for you. Muffins! Muffins isn't going anywhere. He stalked you. He waited for that day. I got to wait and found myself unable to join a decent guild due to the actions of Muffins and a few people that supported his actions against me. Knowing that it was impossible to have much of a future on my server, I just left. Oh, isn't it great when we had realm transfers? I missed the day when there were the realm dickheads. The realm dickheads were just notorious. They were awesome, the realm dickheads. Epilogue, though. During Wrath, I joined a small guild that I'm still in to this day. We had a great time raiding Ulduar, Trial of Crusader, and ICC. We raided a little, but not much in Kata, and made a short comeback in Mop. We are beginning to raid in WoD. Thank you for reading. Have a nice day. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The Revenge of the Muffin. All right. Let's take it to the IRL ghosting. Who raids with IRL friends? I have a query. I don't. I work with my best friend about World of Warcraft. We don't play together. And it's the best. My brother plays World of Warcraft. I don't play with him. My nephew plays. I don't play with him. Yeah? Safety. Safety net. Natural barrier, yeah? Natural barrier. Just everybody stay in and away from my area. I would love to know who actually raids with their IRL friends. Right. I need a warrior and a hunter. You've done alt raids with your brother. Safety. Safe distance. Alt raids, bit close for me. Right, I need a warrior and a hunter. I need a green and a brown. Let's see who's not going to change their colour quickly. Huma, you're in. Huma. And who's brown? Oh, we don't think we have a brown, so I'm going to go with Captain Mustard. It'll be Mustard. There we go. Too late. Mustard was the man. Mustard was the guy. IRL friends in World of Warcraft. Recipe for disaster? I think so. Hey Preacher, brofist to you. My story is about the struggles of playing with your IRL friends in World of Warcraft and how it ruins just about everything in life. Everything in life. Everything in life is ruined by playing with IRL friends. Let me start this off by saying that I have known the people in this story, IRL, for over 10 years. It's a decade, Holmes. And grew up with them. So we have all learned how to put up with each other's differences. But this story is about the day that I could no longer put up with the complete fucking twat my friend has become. And for the story's sake, let us use their classes as a way to identify us. Which he did. He colour-coded them. Amazing. I met my friend Mustard when I was a young lad, around the age of 10. Besides playing Pokemon Gold on my Game Boy Color, I never really knew much about video games until he introduced me to Super Smash Bros. Melee on the GameCube. Oh yeah. I immediately fell in love. My friend was a much better gamer than I was, but I always had the heart of a competitive person in me. And here is where the problem arises. Isn't it always that friend who has access to all the gear? They don't like to lose. Mini story, played the DC fight Injustice. I played Injustice with a 5-year-old who loves superheroes. He did a dance when I let him win. I honestly almost owned him for the next like 10 games. I still let him win though. I still let him win. But he did a legit dance. He stood up and danced and pointed at me and said loser. It actually happened to me. I was like, whoa, whoa, you went too far, son. You went too far. My friend, when beaten in any video game, was consumed by rage and threw tantrums and even sometimes told us to leave his house. As we all lived in the same neighbourhood, we learned how to put up with each other and often let him win near the end of any game because we knew the consequences if we didn't. I'd rather play. That is just the kind of person he is, I guess. A dick. A spoilt brat who has access to all the latest consoles and the best games. But you've got to let him win. Otherwise you get out of his house. Years later, I remember Mustard's older brother coming home with WoW. My timeline might be a bit spacey, but I think it might have been out for a while, but I don't believe the Burning Crusade was out yet. So in turn, Mustard also got an account due to his bitchy whining about his older brother getting it. However, his older brother let me play on his account while he was away. And Mustard and myself played WoW for a solid week, excluding nap time. It actually says that. Unfortunately, I was still a young kid with no personal computer yet. I wasn't able to play at home with my own account. It had taken me about 3 or 4 years later until I got to the point where I had my own PC and it was time for my own WoW. By this time, I believe I started during Wrath of the Lich King, only a few months before Cataclysm. Mustard and myself played together for a while until I could no longer afford game time. Aww. But during those few months into Cata, I discovered a few things. 1, I was in love with being a mage. 2, I was terrible at the game, like really fucking bad. And 3, I finally understood why Mustard was so persistent about recruiter-friending me into the game. Oh, Mustard! Oh, Mustard! You're that guy. You definitely have to get your own WoW account, dude, so we can play together, yo! That's what it's about. Now, whatever you do, make sure you use the email I get you. Now, whatever you do, before anything else... Make sure you use the email I sent you. Yeah, don't just go out and buy your own account. All right, it's a bond. It's a bond. Chapter 2. Let's make an IRL friends guild. Mustard and myself came back into WoW in full swing during Mists of Pandaria. Brackets. I know. What a bad time to start playing WoW serious. Well, not really. And we even convinced our close friend Huma into the game. It was kind of fun showing Huma the ropes, and of course, because we was as new to the game as he, chose a hunter. Surprisingly, though, he wasn't an elf hunter. Instead, he chose to be a male panda. Just cause. Alright. We all started playing together, and I prided myself on being a rather fast leveler in the game, and was the first to reach level 90. Not long after my friends got there too, we decided that it would be a great idea to make our own guild. And when I said we decided, I mean that Mustard decided to make a guild and that we had to join because we were his friends. Little did I know, this was so he could use a guild bank as his own personal account. Oh, Mustard. Oh, Mustard. We should all make a guild together. Yeah? Did you know that when you loot stuff, it goes into the guild bank? I know, right? We should make a guild. I'll be the guild master, and you won't be. Alright? Good deal. Myself and Mustard never really got into raiding. I tried a few LFRs, but the mop LFRs seemed rather boring. And because I was in a guild with my friends, I was never really looking for a raiding guild anyway. So I did what every non-raider does and PvP'd. We all dabbled a bit, but I was a little more determined and got real close to 2k in 3s. And due to the many hours I spent in arenas and battlegrounds, I started to become a decent player. This is where we come into problems with Mustard. I was becoming better than he was. And naturally, that was not allowed. So he did as any GM would do. He became a little bitch. After about 2 months or so of being in a guild together, he decided to put regulations on becoming an officer. Are you ready for the Mustard regulations? The Mustard's regulations are... You might not think this is a bad thing in any normal guild. I would agree. But tell me about these rules. What is the point of forcing us to have max professions, a minimum item level, and a certain amount of game time played on your main character to be an officer when there are only 3 people in the guild? There's him, his 2 IRL friends, who aren't officers by default, by the way. Mustard has created the necessary barrier, the border. You must prove to Mustard that you could become an officer. He then put regulations. You should work hard to be an officer in this guild. It's not a joke. This is Mustard's men. And Mustard's men don't fuck about. Alright? Item level. Important, yeah? It's going to be at least higher than LFR or some shit. Minimum get... What? You've not capped skinning? You can't be one of Mustard's men. It was just me, Hoomer, and Mustard in the guild. The only other characters that were even in the guild were our alts. But because Mustard felt like he wasn't the best player anymore, he decided to show us what a giant dick he had in the only way he could. Taking our shit that we put into the guild. You must apply to the website. That would be awesome. I was infuriated this motherfucker thinks that it's okay to put restrictions on Hoomer and me in a guild that we all created just because the little bitch couldn't beat me in a duel. Yeah, dueling. Serious fucking business. Serious business. Hoomer definitely received the short end of the stick here because Mustard constantly logged on his horde to gank Hoomer wherever he could just because he couldn't beat me in a duel. He actually started hunting his IRL friends. Are we clear on Mustard's state of mind here? Yeah? There's a barrier in the guild of 3. It's rules. And now he's going to hunt you down because of duels. Serious duel business, alright? Duel business. Everything. In a game not balanced, 1 versus 1, duels are the way we decide things around here. Everybody clear? Good. Everything became a competition with Mustard because he knew we were both becoming better. I never really got into the whole collect a fuck ton of mounts thing, but Hoomer and Mustard constantly compared mounts they had on a weekly basis. He would start... Are you ready? Are you ready? For me, he would start linking me his LFR gear he got during Siege of Orgrimmar because he knew I wouldn't go to a Siege of Orgrimmar LFR. Hey! Just got me the LFR tier set. What? Yeah? Yeah? Eat me. Blow me. My item level? Legit. Right? Astronomical. LFR style. Rocking it. 528. Kaboosh. Upgraded. Valor points homes. For reals. Farming Timeless Isle. All day. 1 loot. Got it. Won the roll. Huh! Yeah, bitch. Get in there. He even started talking shit about me to Hoomer or talking shit about Hoomer to me. And I did not understand how he thought that we wouldn't find out. It didn't matter by this point because Hoomer and I were over it. And we decided to just not play WoW anymore. Yeah? Fucking right. Chapter 3. That motherfucker. So, things between us, as you can imagine, got a little bit tense in the last few months of Mr. Pandaria. There's 3 of you trying to organise yourself, alright? 3 of you trying to get your shit wired. And by this time, we were all finishing up high school. It's a pretty big moment in our lives, right? Acne's going away. Started to look smooth as shit. Considering shaving my pubes. Used to care about getting pubes. Now I want to remove them, yeah? Kind of moving up in the world. I took a break from WoW during football season. And not having to deal with Mustard was nice. But like every WoW player who takes a break, the return was inevitable. only to find that Mustard had moved the guild to a different server, changed all of his characters to Horde, and took roughly the 100,000 that Hoomer and myself donated to the guild bank to help fund our alts and repairs. Hoomer was outie. No, Mustard was outie. He's like, what? Hoomer was like, fuck this. I'm out of here. I'm taking the guild with me, bitches. I was a PvPer, so that was a lot of money for me. It baffles me that he would do this because it's not like he is a random face on the internet and get away with ninja raiding the guild bank at night. The motherfucker lives 2 minutes from my house. So I went over and gave him a piece of my mind. All Mustard said was, I was the GM. Money was in my guild bank, yo. So, I don't see what your beef is. My guild bank. You weren't even an officer, alright? You weren't even an officer. So, what are you doing here? Why are you mad? Why are you mad? I don't even get it. Yeah? You weren't even an officer in the guild, just a member. Like, what the fuck's my guild? I don't give a shit. I love it. I snapped. I almost wanted to fight him right there. I know stealing some coins in a video game doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, but we've been dealing with this shit and downright rude attitude for about 10 years, and I just couldn't take it anymore. Hoomer and I decided that enough was enough for the rest of my IRL friends have had enough as well. We cut communication with Mustard and no longer consider him our friend. And let me tell you, it's been a nice year without that swat causing problems between all of us. But he has 100,000 G and a guild. So, who's the real loser here? I ask you. Hoomer and I are now rating in a great guild. We won and are currently 7 out of 7 H and 8 out of 10 N. Is that Heimall N? What's N? It's not Black Rock Foundry, right? Having a blast discovering the raiding aspects of the game that I never got to do before. Thanks for showing me how cool raiding is and teaching me how to play my mage. Oh, don't ask my mage officer. I wish I could tell how Mustard was the king of hypocrisy and how much of a horrible guy he really is to justify exiting from our friendship. But sadly, there just aren't enough words. Thanks for reading my story. No worries. What a fun old story. What are we on? 20 minutes to go? That sounds like we're going down into the ghosting guild. Normal Blackrock Furnace. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I don't understand all your guys' newfangled code. Right, names are coming. So start spamming now while I type them in. Yeah! We're ghosting again. In lieu. We need a guild name as well if anybody wants to suggest something. Feel free. Alright. We need a hunter who's green. Pepper Bear? I think it was Pepper Bear. Your name flew by, but I'll go with Pepper Bear. Blalf Pally, who's pink? Willow. Joseph Willow. We'll go with Willow. We need a shaman who's blue. Julzel. Oh, Julzel. Yeah, Julzel. Julzel. I'm going to say that wrong. I so know it. And a druid who's orange. Orange. Light it up. Light up. Light up. Light up will do. And a guild name. The MC Raiders. The MC Raiders will do because we're MC raiding. Okay. The teachings of being a ghost. We're going to learn how. You ready? We're learning. Here we go. Right, 20 minutes. This is a longish one. Let's see if I can speed through it. Hey there, Mike and Andy. Nope, not here. My WoW adventure started back in the Burning Crusade, where I was the biggest clicker noob hunter. There's a hunter theme going on with these ghosting stories. Just saying. Just saying there's a hunter theme going on. Clicker noob. Interestingly enough, Ghosty told me to last couple of days that he's really enjoying being a survival hunter. DPS cooldown's too hard to manage, am I right, guys? Woohoo! Thank God I don't have that burden. Imagine. Too soon? Sorry, guys. Sorry. I was 12 at the time. We noticed also... we also noticed that young hunters are dangerous. Young hunters are the worst. I was 12 years old in 7th grade middle school. I loved the game. This comes out really wrong, but bear with me. I was in middle school. I loved the game. Finding crabs, panthers, owls, and those fucking murlocs. Really, fuck murlocs. I had nightmares about them. I loved the travelling aspect of the game. It was huge. One day I was out, just walking around, and I met another hunter. He was level 70 and had a cat that followed him around. His name was Pepper Bear. I was level 40 by this time, and I'd never found a cat that would follow me that far. Alright. So I asked him, how far has that damn cat followed you? He laughed, at least typed lol in chat, and said that it was his cat. I then asked him, how much gold does one cat cost? I was sure that I could afford it. I have killed every mob I have come across for 40-something levels. I had amassed almost 20 gold. Pepper Bear told me, I can get you a cat for 10 gold, but you don't want a cat. I can see you are a rich man with 20 gold in your pocket, and a rich man needs a raptor. I was overjoyed. You, sir, look like a big spender. For 20 gold, I can get you a raptor, alright? For 20G, there's a raptor going in your pocket. Alright? Good deal. Good deal. I was overjoyed! Yay! I had more than 10 gold and was sure I had just come across a bargain. I said, yes, please! And traded him. I was smart, though. I gave him 10 gold now and another 10 when I got the raptor. Not fucking stupid. Not fucking stupid, right? Not gonna just half and half it. Not gonna half. Oh, look at this! Look at this, clever. Look at this! Look at this! Get out of here! I was smart about it. He took me to the Barrens. Yeah. Pepper Bear told me to go to the waters on the map. I knew where that was. I was, after all, an experienced hunter. So I said thanks and gave him the rest of the gold, as I was sure that I could find this place on the map without problem, and the raptor would be mine. I know where that is. Here. Here's 10G for your trouble. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. This turned out to be way harder than I thought, though. Every time I found a raptor and got aggro on it, I started running, jumping. I was so happy for the first 5 to 10 times. Then the raptor would run away from me. Ah! After a few hours, every raptor had abandoned me when I ran far away. This made me so sad and angry that I stopped playing the game. Oh my god! Just not playing anymore. Fucking cost me 20 G's, every penny I had, and now the raptor keeps running the fuck away. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I guess it chases for a little bit, and then it stops, and then it runs away. I don't understand what's going on. When I returned, Wrath of the Lich King was out, and I knew how to tame pets from a YouTube video and felt kind of fucking stupid. So for no one to recognize me, I changed the server and faction. Everybody will know. I'm not stupid. I watched a YouTube video, but I better change realm because everyone will know I was that hunter. I better leave. I'm just going to leave. I'm not going to go back. No. I rolled another hunter. Dwarf this time. I'm smart now. I'm smart. I'm going to play dwarf. But when I logged on, I got a guild invite straight away. Whoa! Huh! Time to move on up in the world. How good am I? Like, dude, I was on live for like 2 fucking seconds before I got a guild invite. Are you kidding me? I'm fucking the shit now. I'm a dwarf hunter. I'm the fucking shit. Alright? Don't even mess. Don't even mess. I had never been in a guild before. And this one promised PvP and PvE. This is everything I wanted in the game. This is everything I could possibly want. I loved it. So I leveled really fast. This time it took me way less time to level up. When I hit level cap, the first thing I did was ask the GM, Willow, right? I asked the GM, a Blood Elf Paladin, to join a raid group. He said that I could make a raid group. I could even pick the members I wanted to join me. He instantly made a new guild rank called Raid Leader and gave it to me. I had no No experience raid leading. I couldn't lead a raid, so I left the guild and logged off. Passed. I logged back in. Willow whispered me though. The fuck, dude? You were gonna lead our guild raids. Why the fuck did you leave the guild? I instantly logged back off and didn't log on back on for a while. Log in. Enter world. Poor guy. Poor guy. Now I will go forward in time. I need to get some WD for the throne. Now I'll go forward in time. Nothing special happened between Wrath and Kata, or even the most part of Pandaria. I've been playing PvP for way too long, and it was time for a change. When I heard about WoD, I got a feel for the game again. I again jumped server and got back to the beloved Horde. Now I'm playing a priest. A Blood Elf female priest. No, I'm not a girl, so I played Shadow Spec. I feel as though you think you're not allowed to play Holy Odyssey. I genuinely feel that that was what you thought at the time. I genuinely feel that way. I love you for making me feel that. Like, I can't play. I can't be Holy Odyssey because I'm not a girl. I can't do it. I am level 90 and bored with PvP. One day I saw something in trade. The MC Raiders was looking for new members to raid with them. I thought about it for a second, knowing that you had said, don't join guilds from trade chat. But I thought, I'll join anyway. It can't be as bad as he says. And it wasn't. At least for a guy who had never set eyes on PvE content before. I was raiding Siege of Orgrimmar Flex for a few weeks before Flex turned into normal. Then we looked from normal to heroic and I said, it can be done. We cleared everything except Garrosh the first couple of weeks. I loved this guild. The people were nice, raiding went well, and people were happy. After a few weeks, my friend Jalzul joined the guild. It was about 4 or 5 weeks before WoD hit, and I wanted to show him that I was a good player. He never mentioned it, so I gave up trying to impress him. You worked your ass off to impress this guy. Didn't notice shit. Didn't notice, did you, Julzul? Julzul didn't pay attention at all. Just gave up. Julzul was just much better than me. He thought you were a noob. Alright, and he didn't want to bring it up. Julzul, good guy Julzul, was like, you're just not very good at the game, unfortunately. I just won't bring it up. I'm a nice guy. WoD now hits and it stings. I want to get to level 100 as fast as humanly possible. This got hard when there was an 8-hour queue on the server. It's pretty difficult. But I got there after about 40 hours of gaming. The guild had a race to see who could get 100. Oh, they got a mount from the store. The second one got a pet. The third would get a month of game time. I know which one I want. I didn't make it first, but at least I got into second place. A few weeks later, we were raid ready. We rushed to High Mall and killed Blayfist on the first go. We stopped and said, what the fuck, is it supposed to be this easy? This raid gonna be boring, yo. After you had res the druid light up and rebuffed, we headed for Texas. Here, we hit the wall. 15 wipes, we figured out that if we walk one way with the mist and the other with a pillar, it should go better. 15 pulls. Exactly. 15 pulls on Texas normal. Exactly. Thanks, son. I got you. I got you there, bro. Of course it didn't go that smooth. On phase 2. On phase 2. Light up panicked. I ran to the tank with a mob. He also had mist on him. Oh no! Oh no, I've got barrage and mist. Run to the tank. He wiped us again and again. He wiped. Oh, sorry, light up. And many wipes later, Julzul lost his fucking shit. He was an officer and had the power to kick him from the guild. So he did. After 2 or 3 weeks, we had cleared 6 out of 7 normal. The next week, it was time for the Imperator. So when the raid day came, we cleared everything up to Imperator and stopped there again due to the raid leader being tired and could not carry on. Tired, guys. Tired. Tired of this shit. He promised us that we would go for Imperator the next day. The next day we were all ready. Until Julzul asked, have people read up on tactics and watched the video? What is the response from every guild across the land? Right, everybody's read up on this and watched the video, right? Yes. Yes, definitely. Definitely. TeamSpeak went completely silent for a few seconds. And then, of course, you know who it was. Light Up said, yeah, go! It's always the worst players. Always. Go! Oh my god. Why haven't we pulled yet? Oh! Oh! That's exactly what those... That's the only guys. If you're going to wipe you, they're going to make that sound. My house is turning into an LFR raid. We wiped. We wiped. Of course, Light Up stood in a mine. Light Up stood in a mine. Again and again, Light Up just stood in mines. When we wiped the last time, Julzul raced so badly that he threw his headset at the wall and almost broke it. Julzul left the guild and we never heard from him again. I haven't even talked to him IRL. I don't know why. After this, I saw that the guild was about to fall apart. The GM refused to kick Light Up because they were IRL friends. Of course they are. But he's my friend, yo. Can't leave. So I took the best mage in the guild and bailed the fuck out of there. We moved over to Tyrant Mill. Here we knew that it was a good guild. Good people. We didn't find one that did fit us. Sure, we got ahead of the curve, but it wasn't the same fun as it was back in the MC Raiders. We cleared Bladefist and Twins Mythic as well. I'm now a level 675 Shadow Priest with a guild that is no fun. I have a friend who feels the same. So off we went again. This time to the server I played on back in Wrath. I had 2 IRL friends there who still played PvPs, but they were getting tired of it. So I said I would find a guild with them, gear them up in pugs, and get them ready, get them in the raid group. I will dedicate my time to gearing you up, IRL friends, and then we will raid together, IRL friends, who have never PvE'd. That's the plan. That's what we're going to do. That's the plan. I did some research on YouTube. Now, this is going to be a bit of a twist. This is going to be a bit of a twist. I did some research on YouTube as to how to ensure I could ninja loot groups in a way that would not get me banned. That was your first move. That was your first move. I better research how I can ninja loot groups without getting myself banned. I also decided to adopt a ghost mindset when it came to loot. Alright. I did make the whole group roll when we did pugs. but if my friends didn't win, or it was a minor upgrade for me, I took it, or I looted it to my friends. This was amazingly funny. Hilarious. People didn't ask for loot rules, and if they asked where their item was after the roll, we just kicked them from the group and spammed the chat so the rest of the members didn't see his yells with "what the fuck, I'll get you banned." The sound of all those raiders. The last part is just for yesterday. This is the final section from yesterday. I was gearing up my hunter with my friends in Highmall Normal for the very last time. Heading for Heroic the next day when I saw a message in my guild. Need 1 healer and 2 deeps for Highmall Heroic. It's an alt pug run. I asked if we could join due to where we're 1 healer and 2 deeps. We got in. They were on the butcher. We killed him in 1 try. And that trinket dropped. The scales of doom appeared in front of my eyes. It was surely mine. I asked in the guild chat if he had stated the loot rules. He said yes. Main spec over off-spec. I knew that was not enough to get him banned. I'm a hunter, I need the trinket for main spec. And he never stated that the high roll would win the item. I rolled and lost. I thought, well, I'll get it anyway as a guildie. And I didn't. I raged. I lost my fucking mind. And gave the GM the worst shitstorm of his life. I logged off. I couldn't handle it. I was afraid I would do something stupid. I knew I already had, but I could not give a 2 squirts of piss about this guild and what they would do. I got a message on Facebook, the good book, that I had been kicked from the guild 5 minutes after the raid. But he, my friend, had managed to leech some heroic boots and was not going to leave the guild. He wanted to get at least full heroic and maybe some Blackrock Foundry items first. I'm not sure if he'll ever leave the guild and play with me. I now hope he doesn't. My mission was to gear the room to raid. It is done. Now I don't know what to do. Surely I can't go back to that guild. They said they didn't like my behaviour for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't like your behaviour when you went on an absolute rampage when you didn't ring 1 item in an alt pug run. I can't imagine why that guild doesn't want you back. They must be crazy. Now I'm sitting in Storm Shield on the beach, writing this to you and your viewers. Hoping you learn. There's just one thing you can learn from my story. Don't piss off a GM. He can kick you, and then you'll find yourself without a guild. There you go. Something I promised myself I would never do after I was done with school. Oh, poor guy. Did the ghosting mindset not work out in the real world? That's a shocker. That's a shocker. And it does bring us indeed to the end of Drama Friday. He made the ultimate sacrifice. Next Drama Friday is on Tuesday night, all right? Because I'm going away. I'll be away from the IRL world, which means there's no web show on Saturday, by the way, obviously, because I'm not here. So that's the thing. We'll do one when we get back, all right? I return on a... Did we come back on next Thursday?
No, we go next Thursday.
Yeah, so we come back a week on Thursday. Yeah, we'll be back a week on Thursday, so that will be then. Is he eating? Is he eating? He's eating. Lich Baby's eating. So bye-bye to everybody. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm not streaming this weekend. I'll be busy making stuff for while I'm away. So I'll be around. All right, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Be good, and I'll see you again.